Chapter 13, Rogue Agent. Switzerland. After your disastrous meeting with the director, Gaia agents take you into custody. The agents throw you into a room at the top of Gaia HQ building. You sprawl out on a large bed and sigh. Well, guess it could be worse. Could be a concrete holding cell. Time ticks on as you stare up at the ceiling. There's nothing to do, nothing to distract you from the director's words echoing in your ears. I could not risk the slightest possibility that you might be working for the enemy. I'm taking you off the mission, Agent Jones. I can't believe he actually thinks I'm working with Rowan. Just because we... Hey, look at all the cameras in the ceiling. Thinking again about Rowan running off with the Forsaken Freedom, you wince. His necklace sways heavily in your pocket. Damn it, this sucks. The minutes tick by, you're aware of the moments stretching into eternity. Unable to stand your thoughts anymore, you get up to inspect your surroundings. This could be a nice hotel if I just ignore the huge lock on the monstrous thick door, and the giant cameras above you, watching you sleep. You cast a glance at the said door, fashioned with a lock too big and complicated for you to possibly pick. You stroll over to the windows and catch a hint of neon just outside. Ah, of course, lasers. My old friend. I'm starting to feel like a real prisoner. This is ridiculous. I didn't do anything. They can't keep me here forever. You turn, as if to complain to Callum, or remember you're alone. Right, Callum's not here, and probably under orders to keep me here at all costs. Gaia's darling, keeping Vagabond Jones in check. Unwilling to finish the thought, you're almost relieved when you hear the door suddenly unlock and swings open with a groan of its hinges. An agent walks in with a tray of food. You eye the open door behind her. No funny business, Agent Jones. What's funny if they've got you running errands like an intern? Seriously, meal service? Consider it an errand if you want, but you're no good to us malnourished. What good am I to a Gaia right now if I'm locked up? When am I going to be released? Whenever the director decides what to do with a rogue phantom, you knew there would be consequences for going against Gaia, except I didn't. I've dedicated my life to Gaia. Which makes your betrayal all the worse, don't you think? I haven't betrayed anyone. I've been a phantom for years. I wouldn't throw that away for nothing. An ex-boyfriend isn't nothing, is it? You know... The agent drops the food tray loudly on the table, interrupting you. Enjoy your dinner, Agent Jones, or should I call you Trader Jones? You walk as the agent leaves, once again leaving you alone in the silence. You curl a hand into a fist and pound it on the table, rattling the dishes. How can they possibly think I'm a rogue, after everything? After a long moment, your stomach grumbles, you sigh and wander towards the tray. Soup and bread. Could be worse. Could have at least thrown some dessert on here. You pick up the spoon and idly poke at the pea soup. You take a bite and grimace at the taste. I've had tastier meals than enemy capture. As you push the plate away, you notice a small slip of paper hidden beneath. Curious, you pick up the note and read it. Be sure to watch the northern stars tonight. V. Vivian, you sneaky bastard. You hurry over the window and peer out towards the northern stars. A spire atop one of the skyscrapers is blinking erratically. You frown at it for your moment before realizing it's Morse code. Dismantle alarm, Windows panel underneath, cut red. Who am I to argue with commands? You feel the wall for any out-of-place bump or groove. Soon, you peel back a seam in the wallpaper, revealing a hidden panel. There goes nothing. I hope Vivian's right about this. You yank out the red wire, sending sparks flying toward you, and the blue lasers outside the window switch off. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Excellent. I've had enough lasers to last me at least a year. Suddenly, a rapid knock comes from the door. You whirl around, heart in your throat, as a familiar voice comes through the other side. This damn door, why is it so locked, so complicated? Damn it, killing the lasers must have tripped an alarm. Gritting your teeth, you'll look back at the skyscraper and see one last word from Vivian. Jump? The door knob rattles, and you're running out of time. Jones, are you in there? Let's back to the door, knowing Callum is on the other side. Callum, we'll always have Paris. What are you talking about? This isn't some sort of movie. Callum bangs on the door even louder. You take a deep breath. Okay, Vivian, I trust you. You take a good several steps back and then charge at the window, breaking the glass. Elliot! Ah! You fall from the top floor of the Gaia HQ, your eyes wide as the streets zoom closer. Panic begins to set in, and something zooms in front of you. On instinct, you reach out with both hands and end up grabbing the edge of Nellie. Please don't drop me. Yes, Nellie 2.0. She's alive. A crackly voice comes from a small speaker on the drone's casing. That's a new and improved Nellie 2.0. Thank you very much. Called it. Vivian, you don't know how much happy I am to hear your voice. Elliot, it's been like a day. Feels like I was in that room for an eternity. Extroverts. Hang on tight, you're coming in for a landing. Pretty much. Nellie 2.0 gently zooms through the air and sets you down in a shadowed alleyway where Vivian waits with a blinking controller. How was your flight? A little bit of delay on the takeoff, but after that, smooth sailing. Great. So, I got a plan, but... Agent Jones, stop where you are. You spin around as Vivian yelps. Several Gaia agents flood the mouth of the alley, shining flashlights inside. Damn it, Callum ratted me out. What? But I thought we were friends. In this business, friends are a luxury. I don't suppose Nellie can carry two people at once. No, but I think I know how to get rid of these guys. This way. She bolts off and you follow after, the Gaia agent yelling at your back. You and Vivian race through the Swiss streets, ducking around civilians. Ah! Woman stands, her eyes wide as you barrel towards her. Over your shoulder, Gaia agents continue after you. Sorry about this. I should knock over the civilian, spin her into an agent. In your rush, you spin the woman around and then push her into an oncoming agent. Ah, get off of me. American tourists. This used to be a peaceful city. The civilian continues to shout at the agent, hitting him with her purse. You smile to yourself. That's what you get for calling me a traitor. You and Vivian sprint away from the agent, but as you turn a corner, Vivian starts to lag behind, coughing and wheezing. A hurtly reminder that I am not an agent. Vivian, run like the wind, or I'll delete all your games off the computer. You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't know how. How does no one not know that? It's... What? Want a bad? I find that computers don't like bullets. With a distressed squeak, she needs no further encouragement to spin off down the street. You follow, matching her speed. Stupid agent's making me run! Another friendly reminder. I gave you options. You start to lose the agents to the twists and turns of the street. Soon a train station appears, its bell tolling over the plaza. This had better be where we're headed. Yep. You double your speed as an announcement comes on overhead, the train preparing to leave in a second. In here, hurry! You and Vivian just barely manage to slip through the cabin doors before they slide shut behind you. You both tumble to the floor, panting, sweating. Vivian rolls flat on her back to catch her breath. Sucked. It's high school PE all over again. You spare her a glance and then peer out the nearest window, watching the Gaia agents disappear into the horizon. So, do we have somewhere to stay, or... You nudge Vivian with your foot until she finally pulls herself with a groan. Yes, okay, I got us a room. Bed now, please. You follow a sluggish Vivian through the train until you reach a small compartment. With two beds on either side, Vivian collapses with a heavy sigh. Ugh, I'm glad you jumped, but also, how do you do this every day? I'm exhausted. You hijacked a skyscraper to get to me. Give yourself some credit. The skyscraper was nothing. Rebuilding Nellie from the ground up, though? Even so, you're turning into a proper agent. Skyscraper, Nellie coordination, the node. I don't know how you snuck that in. He laughs nervously, curling a lock of hair around her finger. I may have, tried to seduce an agent. Oh, no. What? And then knocked him out and snuck into the kitchen area. Oh, remind me to never, ever underestimate you. But I have to ask why. Didn't you want to stay free and clear all of this? I was only working for you, not Gaia. Once you were arrested, I went dark so that no one could find me, not even Callum. Remembering how Callum tried to break into your cell, you hold back a wince. Besides, I'm invested in taking down the architect. I'm all in. For example, while everyone was busy infighting and dealing with you, I was cracking the encryption key. You cracked it? Yep, sure did. Bow down to your lord and savior, Vivian Lopez, benevolent genius. Vivian? I could almost kiss you right now. She cocks her brow, then bursts out laughing. What? I was just saying... She places a finger on your lips, shushing you. Oh, dear Elliot, I've heard you try to flirt, kiss, and screw enough people through comms. I will not be added to that list. In another life, maybe, but in this one I'm happy with my virtual love interest. Vivian pulls out her laptop, typing away merrily. Anyway, sit back, relax, and I should have Malcolm's information unencrypted soon. Then we'll learn all the architect's secrets. We'll finally bring him down for good. Him and the memory of rowing, your happiness pales a little. Vivian pats your knee half-heartedly. One step at a time. We have a long train right ahead of us. So, might as well live it up while we can. Get a drink or something. As Vivian decrypts, you amble down the train to the dining car. You slip in onto one of the bar stools and nod to the bartender. You look like you could use a stiff drink. You have no idea, my friend. Just what the doctor ordered, whiskey on the rocks. You down the drink, but as you signal the bartender for a refill, a strange thump rattles the car directly above your head. What was that? Probably Callum coming with the reinforcements. You and several other passengers look up to the train ceiling, hear distinct footsteps overhead. Make the next drink a double, will ya? A figure launches through an open window over a screening passenger's table. He lands on his feet, then stares directly at you. Ugh. Listen, Callum, you didn't have whiskey on the rocks back at the room, okay? I needed something. There you are. Here I am. I even saved you a drink. You hurl your empty glass at Callum. He rolls out of the way at the last second, the glass shattering on the floor. Real mature Jones. Before he can fully recover, you turn and bolt towards your compartment, Callum giving chase behind you. Just let me go, Callum. You know I can't do that. Vivian jerks as you throw open the compartment door. No time to waste, we have to leave now. Did you forget we're on a moving train? Elliot, get back here. Need I say more? Nope, I've got it, let's go. You and Vivian run through the train car, startling passengers as you go. When you reach the next commuter car, Callum is nowhere in sight. I think we lost him on a train that's moving. Yeah, okay. Just then, Callum jumps in through another window, a wild look at his eyes. Okay, he is honestly so scary. I love it. Quit running. So, you can take me back to Gaia like hell. Vivian ducks behind one of the seat backs, disappearing from view. You motion for Callum to come at you. He lunges, grappling your arm. I miss when we weren't fighting. If Jones would just stop. Before he can finish, you dodge an incoming kick, and Callum's foot collides with a metal pole. Leave us alone. I'm on your side, Elliot. His words make you freeze, arms poised to defend. Vivian pokes her head up from behind a seat. What? Well then why the hell are you throwing a kick at her, you dumbass? Callum lets out a deep breath and straightens, shaking out his hands. I'm here on my own accord. I left Gaia. No way, Mr. Prim and Proper's gone rogue? Marvin wouldn't listen to me about Jones's imprisonment. I knew what he was doing was wrong, not just for me, but the whole world. I had no choice. You relax your stance, slowly taking his words. You chose me over Gaia? He glances away, as if a little embarrassed, but turns back to you with a determined nod. Yes, but also the civilians. But you were chasing me. You wouldn't listen to me. What else was I supposed to do after you just took off running? Sounds like Elliot, alright. You literally helped. Shut up. Are you sure this is what you want to do, Callum? I could be compromised with Rowan and all. Hmm. I'm standing here, aren't I? Besides, I trust you. And I think you want to get the architect as badly as I do. There's nothing I want more. I just didn't know how far you were willing to go. As far as it takes. Callum's face shifts, a wave of sadness washing over him. Elliot, how could you think I would betray you so easily? I thought I was part of the team. Callum, I mean, I wouldn't say betray, just fearing you'd capture. But words fail you. Callum holds your gaze for a lingering moment before Vivian butts in. To be fair, this was a very high-stress situation. You didn't try to contact me at all either, Vivian. I could have helped you get Jones out. But you're scary. You literally swooped in through a window. At least I didn't break my window. I'm subtler than Elliot, so I eluded the director and a swarm of agents on your tail. How did you even know where we'd be? You don't go rogue without a plan, I could tell you, unless it'd be too scary for Vivian. Did I say scary? I meant cool, badass, very smooth, right, Elliot? Callum. Escape Gaia as Callum, let's go. Right. Callum Gray, leaving Gaia. Marvin must have really pushed you over the edge. You're not wrong. After you got hauled off to the cell, I rounded on Marvin. Where are you taking her? Do you think it's wise for you to know? I'd prefer if you kept your distance until we can get to the bottom of this. Sir, you're making a mistake. Gaia has to consider all the angles. The world depends on us to remain unbiased if we start infighting now. Agent Ray, please, infighting may be dangerous, but Salazar is an excellent agent before he defected. Who's to say Jones isn't pulling the wool over our eyes in the same way? I'm not easily duped, sir. I would have noticed. Jones was none the wiser that Salazar's allegiances had shifted, and they were in a relationship for many years. Yeah, but you just admitted that she had no clue. You just, in and of itself, just admitted it. You should have seen her face. She was crushed, Marvin. Your loyalty is admirable, but you must understand your father would have made the same decision. For a moment I could see my father sitting where the director was sitting, making the same hard-headed decision. Is that why you're doing this? You're trying to be more like him? His expression changed, and one to absolute ice. He drew up his full height. You are dismissed, Agent Gray. I didn't waste time. I turned on my heel and left. The bullpen was full of agents pretending not to notice me, but June spoke up. I know I'm not supposed to have heard any of that, but I'm sorry, Callum. You're sorry? Then why were you so chilly earlier? When we tried to talk to you, everyone in this room felt that cold front. I was told to minimize contact with both of you, but I listened in. She tapped the earpiece beneath her hair with a knowing look. I'm not sure whether to be impressed or concerned about the data's safety. I've worked closely with Elliot for years. She was so devastated when Rowan, well, died. There was no way she knew, no matter what director Neogen thinks. So you'll help me? I can't say much, but he might have put Elliot up in the penthouse. You know the one. I changed into my casual clothes, made my way up to the penthouse prison. Of course, there was a guard in the hall. Jones is right. When am I gonna move up this damn agency? I knew what I had to do. I quickly struck her. She collapsed to the floor. Sorry. Wow, stone cold. I did what had to be done. I started to work on the lock and heard your voice on the other side. Elliot, are you in there? I knew it was only a matter of time until Marvin discovered I'd gone rogue, but I just kept going. Then I heard the window shatter. Elliot! It was too late. You'd already jumped out of the damn window with Nellie. Sorry about that. Also, I think you mean Nellie 2.0? The point is, I knew Vivian was involved, and I had to make a choice, Gaia or you. By the time I got outside of HQ, you and Vivian had escaped, and other agents were scrambling to find you. Which way did they go? How hard can Elliot Jones be to find? They underestimated her. I won't make the same mistake. I tracked you to the train station, but once again, I was too late. By the time I arrived on the platform, I could already see the train starting to depart. No, it's already leaving. I ran as fast as I could. The wheels kept churning. The stitch in the side burning as the edge of the platform loomed closer. Get it in gear, Gray. I shoved civilians out of my way without thinking, my eyes on the end of the train. Oh my god, what is up with people tonight? I couldn't just let you slip away. So I leapt for the roof. I kicked off the last pillar at the end of the platform, using the momentum to launch myself up, and gripped the edge of the caboose roof. My arms burned, but I pulled myself up and took a second to take in my surroundings as the train picked up speed. Made it. The train turned a corner at the edge of the city, leaving the station and Gaia behind. The wind whipped at my hair, clothes stinging my eyes. But I knew I had to keep moving. If I were Elliot, I'd probably go... That is pretty. As I hopped from car to car, I kept my eyes peeled for you and then noticed a waiter shouldering a tray of drinks. Find a damn drink. So I went to the dining car. I carefully leaned over the edge of the roof and peered through an open window. And there you were. So, you know, I improvised with the window. Yeah, you burst through it, you dummy. In the present, Callum shakes his head with a sigh. Only I wasn't expecting to be attacked. I said sorry. I mean, technically you did attack her too. I mean, all she did was throw an empty cup at you. Any agent would have done the same. I just wish we had talked before the daring escape plan. Callum, why would you sacrifice all that for me? I mean, Gaia was your life, or, well, always. I can't let you throw that all away for just me. Elliot, I know I've been hard on you before, but what Marvin did was unfair. You're one of the best agents qualified to take out the architect, but also, I couldn't stand by and watch them treat you like that. Callum, unsure how to properly express your gratitude, you step up to hug him. Callum returns the hug with a relieved sigh. I guess we're fugitives now. Not for long. We're gonna prove our worth to Gaia. Then they'll realize they made the wrong choice. At least you both have some insurance, being indisposable and all. And the director of Gaia finds out what I did. Well, I just want to be on record that I'm too pretty to be imprisoned. We won't let that happen, Vivian. When you reach your suite, Vivian retrieves her laptop and gives you and Callum a small wave. I don't know about you, but I'm starving. I'm gonna grab something from the dining car while this finishes decrypting. You two can have the car for a while to rest. It has been a long day. Before she leaves, Vivian tosses you her bag. Thanks. What's this for? I packed a bunch of random stuff in case. There might be something useful for you inside. With a wink, she takes off and closes the door behind her, and then it's just you and Callum. The air hangs heavy with attention. The silence fills the room until you both speak at once. I thought... look, The two of you share a small laugh as you stumble over each other's words. Callum motions for you to continue. I just wanted to say... I'm happy to have you back with us. You certainly didn't seem that way back in the main car. Oh, come on. You chased down a literal train. Can you blame me? I suppose not. I probably would have done the same were the situation's reversed. Callum gives you a comforting smile as he takes a step forward. And for the record, I'm glad to be here. But if you try running from me again, the architect will be the least of your problems. Message received. No. See, isn't she supposed to be flirty and spunky? Would have been like, are you gonna discipline me? Seriously, you know, that's her mantra. You let a hearty laugh and notice how Callum is his usual cinnamon scent around you. He pauses, then reaches to gently touch your cheek. You got cut here. Probably from when I jumped out the window. Ridiculous. His familiar astonishment makes you grin. He mirrors it. Attention fully broken. Your eyes drift to the bag from Vivian. Now, what could be inside bag number 1? You unzip the bag to discover a set of luxurious lingerie, complete with a corset and garter. Well, I think I know what Vivian meant by rest. Callum presses against your back as he peeks into the bag, his scent intoxicating. I'm game for resting, if that's what you'd like to do. Your pulse quickens at the thought, and you remember the way Callum's body felt against yours. To make your decision harder, he slowly pulls down the zipper of his mission outfit, teasing you with a glimpse of his skin. Care to join me? It's gonna be a long train ride, and I'd love to see Vivian's gift on you. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna say. Focus, Agent Locum. No thank you. Because it's just gonna lead to Bounce Chicka Wow Wow, and it's gonna end up being blocked on YouTube anyway. Honestly, this day has taken a lot out of me. I just think I need some sleep. I'm just glad you chased after me. I'm glad I do too. He takes a seat, or takes the bed as you settle in the chair in the corner. You drift off to sleep as the train rattles on into the night. Wait, isn't there 2 beds? Seriously, there's 2 beds. A few hours later, there's a firm knock on the door to the compartment as Vivian yells on the other side. Callum, Elliot, I did it! I cracked the code! That's great, hold on, let me get the door. You get up and slide open the door. Vivian bursts in, clutching her laptop to her chest. You managed to decrypt it all. Let's go to the dining car. I'd love it if I could sit y'all down for this one. But we're already sitting. Giggity. You grab a table at the far end of the train, but the bartender eyes Callum suspiciously when you order. No more windows, okay? You're gonna stay in your chair. That's right, treat him like the child he is. Yes, sir. Vivian waits until a coffee is placed squarely in front of her before turning the laptop to you. Alright, took long enough, but it's all here. All the secrets Malcolm dug up on the architect, or should I say, Johann Skovgard. We have a name. He can't hide now. Looks like Chester was right about the Danish phrase. Great work, Vivian. Maybe we can narrow down his location with this, too. Ha! You think I just got the name? This is an amateur hour. Now, I give you the bullet points. Or, she points the laptop, displaying its wealth of information. I suggest reading the file yourself. There is some juicy stuff in our friend Johann's backstory. What are we talking about? Tragic, revealing, crazy? Yeah. I know I'm curious about secrets Malcolm kept on an architect, but any little bit we can use against him, the better. This is a diamond choice? What? It's a bit silly, don't you think? Like, we're... Okay, whatever. Read everything about the architect. Baby nods and hands you the laptop. You scroll up to the beginning. Johann, huh? Let's see what else Malcolm Reed got on him. Looks like when and where he was born, what schools he went to. Malcolm really did his research. That was just basic lore. Look at this part. I don't... Wait a minute. You linger on a familiar name and point it out to Callum. Sanctuary Pharmaceuticals? The architect used to work for them as an engineer in their largest European manufacturing plant. Remember Chester Strongberg, head of the Sanctuary Pharmaceuticals? I knew there was a connection. I wonder if he had a personal vendetta. Do you think Chester might have been in charge at the same time the architect worked there? Glance at the notes and shake your head. The architect was torturing him. Why else? It has to be some personal in some way. The architect didn't seem to enjoy Chester's suffering. The real question is why. Yeah, it looks like Johann was working at Sanctuary for several years before things went south. A massive chemical spill was growing off the coast of the plant Johann worked at, but no one reported it first. I'm surprised Sanctuary got away with that. It's not that unusual. They pretend the problem doesn't exist, so they wouldn't have to shut down, pay a bunch of fines. But then Johann discovered the spill, reported it multiple times, insisting it was growing larger and larger. Remember what Gerardo said? The architect fit the profile of someone with social concerns. I mean, sure. People aren't born evil, right? Some are. Sometimes it's hard to tell, I suppose, his reports weren't taken seriously. Yep, and it just continued to grow until you feel your heart sink as you read the next part. Until it contaminated the drinking water and claimed at least a dozen lives. Johann's pregnant wife drank the water and went into premature labor. His daughter died. Mother followed shortly after. Oh no. Shake your head, taking a moment to let the information sink in. I see how he changed for the worse. I know what it was like to lose a partner, but their child on top of that? I can only guess what it did to his psyche. Lots of people lose loved ones and don't threaten the entire world. Do you really think that's what drove him over the edge? If it was, he must have known that he wouldn't get the justice the old-fashioned way. Injustice begets more injustice. It happens all the time. Still, I feel for the guy. Keep going. What happened after his wife and child died? The spill couldn't be swept under the rug anymore, so the company, they framed Johann. Caused by his negligence while on the job. Despicable. He lost his family, job, reputation as a brilliant engineer, all because Sanctuary wanted to save face. Corporations are the worst. Yeah, they are. He escaped prison, wiped all the records of himself he could find, and took up the name of the architect. But somehow Malcolm must have found traces of his past identity. They went into business shortly after. Architect needed a supplier for his plans, and Malcolm Reed was the best techie for the job. Malcolm provided whatever needed, electronics, computer components, and in return knew everything he was planning. Johann must have realized Malcolm knew too much. Nope. First he cut Malcolm off, took the money for himself. That's when Malcolm went to Sanctuary CEO Chester to get the architect's true identity. He was trying to get a bargaining chip. Exactly. Malcolm found the dirt, but Johann caught him sniffing around. And the Reeds paid the price for Malcolm's shift in loyalty. Classic. So, where does it end? What is his final plan? All he wants is revenge for his grief. Losing his family was one thing, but then he was blamed for it and losing his entire livelihood. Maybe it caused a psychotic break. His mind became fixated on revenge and revenge only. I always imagined this guy as a malicious supervillain, but I never imagined he had such a tragic backstory. He's still a malicious supervillain. He just turned his suffering into tragedy for everyone else. Callum's right. He might think he's doing this for his family, but he's lost sight of that. Still, I can't help but wonder how different things might have been if he had come to Gaia after the Sanctuary incident. There's a reason he didn't. Men like him don't look for solutions that don't serve their egos. Even so, Gaia should have caught this sooner. We had agents in the area. If we'd been paying attention... Elliot, we only have so many agents. We can't do everything. It's just a damn shame that all this could have been prevented. Now the world is paying in blood for corporate greed. Whatever Sanctuary did or Gaia failed to do, remember the guilt still lies with the architect. Their voices fade as you read some footnotes at the end of the file. You feel your chest tighten and ache. Elliot? Malcolm provided the drug that Rowan used in Athens to fake his death. Wait, what? Where? I didn't see that. A brief silence falls over you as Vivian scans the screen. Rowan appears before you in your mind's eye, smiling as he used to. It doesn't matter now. What matters is that we understand him finally. Knowledge is power. We'll be able to take this into the final battle. Thank you, Vivian. Of course. I'll see this through to the end. I've never been the type to rage quit. Even when things get tough. Hey, you. Oh, listen. Me and you both, fam. Me and you both. Listen, if you've watched my streams lately, holy crap. It just keeps you going, man. It fuels you. Hours. It fuels you hours for just one thing. Vivian takes a computer and hits a key, displaying a page of notes. This was buried deep in the hard drive. It's called the Architect's Escalation Plan. That doesn't sound good. It isn't. Basically, it entails simultaneously cyber attacks all across the globe. That'll make it hard to stop them all. I think that's the point. If he strikes all at once, the world's resources will be at his disposal. You think back to the rooftop fight with the assassin in Paris, was the word she said. He will build a new city. I think that's what the architect's been planning the whole time. It sounds like a city of nightmares. Controlling hospital and the New York State Stock Exchange will be child's play compared to what he's planning. But why? What does he get from all this? Rowan said he was doing this for common man, to steal from the rich and give to the poor. What? He definitely no Robin Hood. Fabian points at a screen indicating a large sum of money. All the money he steals is just lining his own pockets. He hasn't given a cent of it away. That means Rowan is being manipulated. He seems so sure that the architect was doing was for the greater good. Maybe he wouldn't have gone full rogue if he knew the truth. Callum puts a comforting hand on your shoulder. That might be the case, but we can't be sure of anything quite yet. Yeah, I guess you're right. Have you even got any idea where this escalation plan is happening? Malcolm figured it out. I guess he had a supply, some big-ticket items for the classic bad guy lair. Please tell me Malcolm also knew where that is. When I said Malcolm knew the architect's secrets, I wasn't kidding. Why do I feel like they're very quickly escalating this? She scrolls to the bottom of the page and turns it to you. There's an address written there alongside a date. The architect has a Siberian nuclear facility where he can kick off his grand plan. It'll give him the sort of power he needs to pull off this master plan while keeping off the grid. I stare at the information and roll your shoulders back, determination settling over you. Looks like we have a 36-hour stop, or to stop the architect once and for all. Like I said, I feel like this was really escalated, but without further ado, please remember to like and share the video. Subscribe for more, and check out the description for plenty of cool links. Also, feel free to check out that video in case you haven't yet. If you have, your support is greatly appreciated. If you haven't, your support, once again, is greatly appreciated if you check that out and hear the situation. Again, for those of you who have helped in any fashion whatsoever to help get that out and help, it's greatly appreciated. It means the world to me. So I thought I'd, just in case, you're not a fan of Guinevere and you're watching this one, or vice versa, I just wanted to, echo the same sentiment, that each and every one of you who is just, at the very simplest, just shared what's going on, the situation that I talked about, let alone, everything else that's going on, and then also, especially, if you helped support in any way whatsoever. Again, it means the world to me. Literally makes a difference. And yeah, no, it's thanks will never feel like it's enough. But anyway, love your beautiful faces. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.